Hello, everybody. You can call me Hunch. And today we're going to be talking about stacks. We're going to be talking about the Bitcoin ecosystem. We're going to be talking about everything, okay? We're going to be talking about the market, mostly stacks today because it is popping off. If you know this channel, I've been a big fan of stacks, but I've also criticized stacks for their lack of getting things out. For example, Leather Wallet still doesn't have an iOS. They haven't shipped on Nakamoto yet, but they're working on these things. So I'm still bullish, and I think the market is bullish too. So let's go to the market real quick. Let's zoom in. Okay, so first of all, let's go to stacks, okay? Stacks is right here. As you can see, we're up 10%. We got a nice pump, okay? Nice pump. 7 days, 90 days. We're heading in the right direction, okay? Big fan of what's going on here. You could chart this all day, cup and handles, so on and so forth. But let's keep going. So, ALEX, this is under a coin under stacks, right? It's a DeFi platform swap. They have liquidity pools, so on and so forth. I think it's getting real use, up 16%. So, right, if the L1 is going to pump, everything is going to pump underneath it. That's the same for any marketplace. So, Solana, everything under Solana is going to pump harder than Solana, right? Not everything, but you know what I mean. The quality ones are going to pump, okay? You could see that we're on a nice pump for the last, here, let's see, 30 days. I don't know if it's its all-time high, but this is what I really want you to pay attention to, this $54 million market cap. Now, when you're doing mental models on this thing, I want you to think about last cycle when Ethereum was ruling kind of the cycle, outperforming Bitcoin, right? Going up a ton. You had AB, Uniswap, SushiSwap, right? Those all got into the multi-billion-dollar market caps, right? This is 54 million. So if my thesis is correct, and I'll tell you about my thesis, I've been saying this thesis for a year, I think it flips back to Bitcoin this cycle. Bitcoin outperforms. Yeah, I know there's a bigger market cap, right? But that means everything under. So I want you to think of stacks like Matic under that, okay? Now, real quick, I just want to show you why I think that it's going to perform, right? And I've been going through this the whole year. The ETH Bitcoin chart has pretty much been dumping for the entire year, right? So this is the ETH Bitcoin chart, right? And as you can see, I'll move my camera over here. We've been basically going down in this descending, right? Just higher lows, whatever you want to call it. We're going down this descending channel, right? Maybe this breaks up at some point, but it's playing into my thesis that the Bitcoin ecosystem. So, right, BRC-20s, stacks, ALEX, there's one called Daiko's under there. Now, these are all high risk still, not financial advice. Do whatever you want. This is another coin in the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? 14%. And this one is even crazier, right? I'm not saying this is worth any money, but oh, it doesn't say the market cap. I think we're just over $1 million, maybe $2 million market cap. Okay, so here, fully diluted. I don't know how accurate this is, 1.8, right? So if this thing, if we're right about this thesis, there is a lot of money, theoretical money to be made, okay? So I'm just throwing that out there. So what came out today, I think people are forgetting that Stacks was the first SEC approved crypto, right? It did a fair offering according to them. And Hal Press is a big guy. He says, when looking for long ideas, we tend to target things with strong fundamentals, supportive tokenomics, and significant upcoming catalysts. In our opinion, Stacks stands out as the alt with the most compelling catalyst path over the next few months and greatest chance to re-rate. So re-rate, I think he means go up or rate at what it should be. The catalysts are ETF approvals, the halvening, the Nakamoto release in Stacks. If you don't know what the Nakamoto release is, it basically makes Bitcoin functional on that chain. And that's been getting a lot of momentum on Rune, so on and so forth. So that's good. I encourage you to go read this entire article that he wrote or she wrote or this company wrote. It talks about all the fundamentals. It's very compelling. You know, if we think about the L1s that pumped last cycle and L2s, right, Matic, Cardano, right, I think we have a real chance that this captures some of that, right? It's sticking around. I think we're doing good. I've highly criticized it, and I think that's what's good about this ecosystem, right? Let me just talk to you for a second. I don't criticize it because I want it to fail. I criticize it because I care about it and its importance to not just making money, but also to the Bitcoin ecosystem. We need L2s. We need technology to move this Bitcoin to help integrate with the financial system, hopefully overtake it one day, and make the financial system more inclusive, right? It's on that mission, baby, and we're on a mission, baby. Now, what's also important is you got these big people, right? This guy's got 700,000 followers. He says, I got a bag, right? Certain venture capitalists have a bag. I'm surprised it's not talked about more, but that's more opportunity for us, right? So here's the whole thesis again. I had that up. I brought that up. Now, I just want to talk about the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? This ocean is an attempt to decentralize Bitcoin mining, right? That's another catalyst that makes me think Stacks and Bitcoin is going to outperform, right? We're fixing the issues that people criticize us for, and maybe Maxis, myself included at some points, I kind of ignored. So you really want to see this. This is like the healing phase, right? And then we're going to have the recovery phase, I hope, right? So what I want to reiterate here, and you know what? Maybe we'll go to, oh, I canceled it out. Bummer. I was going to do the trading view. Let's look at Stacks on this real quick. Maybe we can look at the chart real quick just to reiterate, see what it looks like. You know, we like good looking charts, baby, and Stacks is a good looking chart. Okay, right now it is. Yeah, I mean, obviously we're hitting some resistance. I think I made a video about this, it butting up to here, so it's doing that. Now whether it goes down, I don't know, but it's showing strength, right? When Bitcoin pumps, Stacks pumps, ALEX pumps, Dyko pumps, right? And it's done this multiple times, right? Every time Bitcoin pumps, the Stacks ecosystem pumps, right? It hasn't pumped as much as Solana. It hasn't done a lot of things. I've criticized the opportunity cost of being in things like BRC-20s, which I still believe in, right? And the good thing about ALEX, which is under Stacks, is trying to integrate BRC-20s, right? It's all about narratives. Is it going to function? I don't really know. I didn't like it, but it's there and they're trying to work on the product, okay? So I still believe in Stacks. I think it's got a lot of good fundamental strength if it can ship. And you have to realize when I make an analysis, like everyone just wants me to talk Moonboy. I talk about things I actually really care about and are useful. I mean, sometimes I Moonboy with like TRAC, BRC-20s, right, Ghosty Cash, but it's all because I care about the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? And I feel like everybody here should want the Bitcoin ecosystem to win because we believe in decentralization, we believe in fairness and equity and so on and so forth, okay? So I encourage everyone to go to Unisat. Let's give you an update on some of the things I've been talking about. Okay, so TRAC, this is my favorite one. I highly encourage you to find the TRAC Discord, okay? You go in here, you look, okay, is this holders going up? I'll have you know that this was at 2,500 yesterday, so on and so forth. So we're going up. The trajectory is up, right? Okay, so you go here, you watch the prices, 309, whatever, okay? You want to click this chart, and you want to look at the 7-day, the 30-day, right? This is TRAC, and pretty much all I see is a huge wedge forming. Now, if we come over here, this gets me really excited about TRAC. Look at this when Bitcoin stalled and it's taking a cool-off break. Look at this chart, right? 14-day. Look at this 90-day chart, bro. Okay, I don't know if you guys are seeing the same thing I am, but to me, that looks like a bullish wedge. I'm not a great chartist. I'm still learning everything about it. But to me, right, I'm going to zoom in on it. This thing right here is looking Gucci, baby. I mean, I don't know if you guys see this, but I see it, and it makes me bullish, okay? So that's TRAC, you know. I don't want to go into the details of TRAC. It's basically trying to be the chain link, the graph, the indexer of Bitmap, the whole BRC-20. Well, I don't know if they do BRC-20s, but they're using it in different apps and so on and so forth to help index. There's a developer that talks in the Discord. He's trying to solve these issues, right? The team is small. This is high risk, probably highly illiquid. You got to be ultra careful with these things, okay? I'm going to talk about another one that's super risk that I really like and believe in. It's gone down some. I don't know if it's going to go to zero, right? I'm watching the holders. It's going up slowly, right? Oh, you can't see it, okay. This one's called Ghosty Cash. Okay, so it's at 565. This was in the 400s a day or two ago, okay. And when I go look at the chart, I can't do it in CoinGecko, so we can't get a good one. But this looks very similar, right? You know, it's not a sideways flag. It's kind of a downward wedge. So I don't know if you can see this on the screen, right? This downward wedge. and it was something similar happened here. So I'm hoping that it's going to be ready for another leg up. If you don't know what Ghosty Cash is, let me just go look it up for you real quick. Ghosty Cash. We'll type it in. Oh, that's the Twitter. Okay, no, we don't want that. We want to go to the actual website. Okay, so we got Ghosty Cash coming in up here for you guys watching this video. They basically allow you to do an anonymous swap, and if you don't know this, it's really, really interesting. Okay, so you can swap between multiple chains. Okay, so it's kind of like RuneX, and you can make it anonymous. I don't know how they do it. I've heard they use XMR as a bridge between the two things. So all you do is put in your receiver wallet, and then if you're going to do it, you put in the wallet that you're going to fund it with, right? You got to connect the wallet. I don't even think you connect the wallet. You literally just put in the address, okay? I've never done a swap. I think it's risky. I'd rather other people do the swap. I'm just interested in the speculation behind this. Now, this is the riskiest I think you can get. It's a super low market cap. I think it's like $4 million or something. High risk, but it's in the Bitcoin ecosystem. And I'm only basically diversified in the Bitcoin ecosystem personally with my theoretical portfolio. Remember, Congress hasn't come up with rules, not financial advice. But I think this is an interesting project you want to watch. Now, there's some other ones too, right, that are partnering with Unisat, right? FCDP. Oops, sorry, that took my screen away. So this one is supposedly like the Urine Finance, right? 541 holders. You always check that, make sure it's going up, right? If you look at the chart, 7-day, right? We're going up over the 7-day. This chart looks explosive to me, right? They have a partnership with Unisat. That's all I know, right? All this, you should not be putting your life savings into these things. You shouldn't be putting any money into these. Nobody knows what the rules are around these things. But for educational purposes, I want you to go look at these ecosystems, right? Go on Unisat. Search everything, right? I don't even know how to do it. Just browse around, right? Why do I always have trouble finding? Here they are. All the BRCs, right? Orties. Go look. Meme, right? I mean, these things, you know, most of them do nothing. They're already up to 2,800 coins. You have to be very articulate. You have to look at the product. You have to see how many people are using it, right? Sats. Sats is another one. I got out of Sats in my theoretical portfolio. But it's also been rebounding strong, right? So pay attention to the Bitcoin ecosystem. Specifically, if you want looking for a high beta play on Bitcoin with less risk than BRC-20s, I think you have to be looking at Stacks and ALEX specifically, okay? I think it's very important, right? I mean, if my thesis is correct, right? If we don't have trading view about this ETH Bitcoin chart and ETH being the main thing last cycle, now going back to Bitcoin, right? Decentralization is becoming important. There's a lot of innovation happening. This is, I think, where you want to be positioned. I could be wrong. Please do your own research. Don't follow what I do. Go into gaming coins like Alex Becker says or all the influencers say. This is where I'm focusing my efforts. You can't be everywhere. You can take chances everywhere. But if you're going to allocate, you want to concentrate. I personally feel like, okay? Not financial advice. You can call me Hunch. I hope this was helpful. Let's get it, baby.